Welcome everyone to another random live stream here, live from our Linux desktop, because 2020 obviously you have the Linux desktop. I couldn't resist overclocked the 32 by 2 memory further, apparently some I think micron, what is it, EDI or whatever. Anyway, I wanted to do something useful, also stability testing, right? I think it's quite stable. Also this squeezed a couple of more, like 3% performance out of that, but yeah, for maximum performance I obviously need even faster than that memory. Something useful, the other live stream with our fancy Linux distribution, which obviously some friends say might be the best, but they might be biased, as friends usually are. So yeah, let's test that. Obviously QEMU virtualization and all the fun stuff you would do with such a epic thread ripping monster. And so one thing I noticed the other live stream, that beside Firefox, with this Firefox is crashing. I checked this. I think this is GDB. I think this is some recursion in libatomic. Here, at least, oh wait a second, right? This is now slightly different. Wait a second. Anyway, that is something else. But what I wanted to do shortly is that, long story short, with this Firefox on 486 previous live stream should probably work if we at least patch libatomics or so. Anyway, so what I wanted to shortly do is, I think Vim, I hope this is a relatively short thing, should by default come up with a should come up and not like no valid font found. And I think this should be some after install. Also, hello, do we have why something that is no with right, maybe this is some terminal stuff that reset cures. I emerged here some fonts here, so some fonts are here. So some of this is why is this not the super most snappy? Whatever is going on here. Anyway, so this should be relatively easy to find out. Which other grab? Alright, this is multiple of full screen. Hello. You get the idea. Check out quickly which bloody font that is. I installed quite a lot, but somehow that apparently wasn't enough for Vim. Yeah, this has a mouse grab. That is whatever, Shift-Alt-G. Probably currently pressing that wrong. So let's quickly strace. So I would hope gvim comes up here. Also, what's with this font? Hello? I mean, it comes up on my system, just what freaking. Let's do here some like DOS G. Actually, I didn't expect that though. Let's do here 128cc. This is slightly unexpected. I'm not daily using gvim here though. I actually, on my workstation here, I don't generally have font issues, to be honest. Global settings of I think you had your color. Okay, color scheme is not that. Is this just the select font or well, that works, whatever. So I guess we then, it's a bit funny that this differs slightly in terms of what comes up. So much to quickly find out which font this is. Log F. And I guess we don't have something useful here. Well, it's using Vera. This is bitstream Vera, I guess. Why does it differ from this here? So that is slightly curious. FC, no, our terminal is 2020 stuff still exits so that your terminal is broken. What did I want to do? FC list. The point of this is mostly to fix that the default just works. So we have here quite some fonts. Where's our bitstream? Do we have this installed? It is bitstream Vera. Well, I guess it is there. The share fonts, bitstream Vera. Maybe actually. Also, what was grep shift alt G stuff of something that worked. Maybe we simply use it like that. Maybe that is anyway slightly more ideal. Then I think we have tmax, don't we? Oh wait, this was slightly wrong. Tar. But it's a little bit funny in 2020, your editor. I mean, where should we even find the font here in this stuff? Font? Because this is using GTK, and the GTK demos work actually, so it's not like there is some general issue here with this. Do we have some slightly one-layer graphic performance? Not sure if this is mode setting or FBDev or whatever, but yeah, QEMO defaults. Do we have here fonts, STU, Flowbox? Nah. Anyway, alright, you have your source. Yeah, so I mean, that stuff works in general, so do we have, we have shift alt, this, shift control, not shift control alt, what do I even talk here? So yeah, unfortunately font globals, it has some font command line arguments. That was easy to find. Actually, you know what? Maybe it doesn't detect GTK, maybe it builds with some basic X stuff, you never know. So the point is not the 486 build, but in general, when you install this on your PS3, Octane and all the other fun Sunblade stuff at home, that actually your GVim are here. So GTK, okay, this is why. So we apparently have here some motive stuff or whatever. No, yes, xquery. So yeah, that is probably the thing then. Is there no, probably no GTK so much to building, patching Firefox for not requiring GTK2 and then not having GVim. GVim GTK 3, anyone? Gentoo something, reply, how to remove borders. Does not use so much doing that live. GTK 3. Here's GTK 3 though. Skip GTK, enable UI canon GTK 3. Okay, let's see, maybe we just don't have config glue for that. Looks like they have something. Vim conf GTK. So we have here one without X because we built this twice just to have a completely UI-less GTK. If you configured it like this, by the way, could be. It's actually online. Where is? Here's UI package Vim SDA enable UI equals. So then config maybe GNOME. Here we have probably time to update that. So usually in T2 our packages, and also did I not? Oh, wait a second. config in. I thought recently I removed a lot of new lines at end of files. Okay, let's not do this in this commit. So here's GTK2, obviously. So what did they had there? GTK access. There was this GTK3, huh? So that would be, just copy that probably. So in general, I wanted to say T2 packages usually don't have too many of these options, and for normal programs, I find this, it's a little bit like Gentoo use flags. In general, I think if you configure a target like our minimal xorg stuff for installing at home on your P3 Octane and so on, it's anyway this target, so whatever is in this target like GTK3, it should use that. For me, these options are only for very, if necessary, for very obscure config option, whatever stuff. I think this is also superfluous here, this backslash. Anyway, let's see if when we rebuild this, what else do we have in there? We probably have here some auto, maybe. What do we have here? No, not that. It still has package config. What else do we have there? Apparently some other choice auto. So you also have some feature set here. I mean, it's, in my opinion, a little bit silly for a bloody editor, but GTK. So what do we have here? Like auto, what is it? How does it work? Because I probably have not programmed that. No UI style auto select. What does that do behind the back? Anyway, so much to fine-tuning our ISOs. Why are expert options on? BI improved. What does it say here? Okay, obviously it says auto. How does this even look? UI. Why are they twice? GTK R. Oh, they are. This R. I copied one too many. Overlook that. Good that I went in there. Would otherwise not necessarily. So there are two per line here. I overlooked that. That is why we have this twice now. That is, of course, not necessary. The question is the support for that even in there? I don't know. Oops, what was that? Hello, editor. Hello, VI. Caps lock. That explains the thing. Probably I should remap this to something useful. Certainly don't want to accidentally hit caps lock in the middle of a YouTube live stream. So I guess, wait a second, why does this look so strange? GTK, here's also something, probably GTK3. The only question, also backslash, the only question now, yeah, actually some, yeah. Oops. The only question is now, how did that actually work, this auto thing? I have no idea what that did. This, okay, this supplied this straight here anyway, so this is just enable GUI stuff auto. And this auto doesn't find GTK3, we can, or let's quickly maybe it is just build order actually in the bootstrap stage that we had Vim built earlier, and that is where we didn't have GTK3 at the time. So yeah, 4 point new. Maybe I should make a dedicated video for those Linux overclocking nerds there playing along at home. A little bit fine-tuned, not only massive memory overclock, and certainly still saving for new faster memory. But yeah, all core turbo 3 point, nearly, yeah, around 3.6 gigahertz with a little bit curve optimization thing. Okay, this didn't build. What happened here now? Build error for makefile error vimdiff. What is it? A file exists. Huh? Okay, what did it do now with? Here's GTK3 now. I manually enabled that though. But does it work? Apparently it built something, I would say. The question is only what it does with this set to auto. Actually, honestly, I often just use the eye on that. Let's set this to auto and see what happens. But yeah, performance-wise, obviously it's epic and thread ripping. Just a little bit disappointed that it obviously requires quite some memory bandwidth and that this not particular fast 32 gig a time modules are from last summer are not actually not built. Probably some massive parallel, or either massive parallel. This is funny. Look at this with auto. What with auto? It defaults to GTK2. That is a little bit disappointing, to be honest. Yeah, okay, that is a little bit nah. But at least we have no GTK3 options, so not really sure if I would. The problem is with auto versus none, that it somehow doesn't default to auto to GTK3. I also wonder whether this will cause a build error again, because such epic thread ripping stuff faster to build errors. Yeah, okay, so this time it worked, so probably is a massive parallel, not clean make files of dependency stuff and files not yet being built or something of that sort. Can one last time does it now with GTK3 that disable something. I think this sure looks like that. We can probably just commit that config for GTK. Also this line wrapping of two options there, because with GTK3 I wonder if all of them are still functional, and this GNOME stuff obviously a little bit old. Although I slightly wonder that it is UI stored. Probably this means like more full-featured GNOME support. So we can SCP this over, so that would be, I think, 130 and then a little bit long path. And best with DH client. So yeah, typo there. So yeah, I didn't even I thought it's like just some font name. Didn't even expect that this is built with GTK3. So the more we do, the more we learn here. No such file user source to clean build x86 tool chain to chain packages. That is better. 9 if Vim, and let's see what happens. Oh, that works. So yeah, this whatever XT motive stuff. So that is, so if the only thing is The only problem is now when I build ISOs, they default to random nonsense, which obviously is less than ideal. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure, because this alone doesn't really fix our issue now that that auto, maybe the best thing, it's the best but more time-consuming thing would probably be to actually patch Vim to actually try GTK3 with auto, because yeah. Anyway, or we could, in not wasting as much time in other people's sources for no good reason, we could YOLO that in our Vim config there of if auto and GTK3 installed, then custom stuff of changing this to GTK3. That might actually be the much faster, maybe saving 30 minutes or whatever it would take to find this in this bloody sources. Anyway, edit GTK3 support to Vim options, and yeah, well, whatever. Single line for all of those, but yeah, don't need to document each small little thing in that. Commit messages cleaner. So the reason, recurring theme, the reason I have here so many T2 stuff in this other tree, I have like hundreds of uncommitted changes. So let's use here an even cleaner thing, and I have here remove trailing new lines. This is a little bit tricky of, so this matches SED, even I, this kind of stuff, even I have to look up. So this matches last line, not only end of line, but if used in SED addressing end of line. Actually, I thought I had run this over all, but maybe I didn't had run this over all of this. So this is in place. Empty or spaces only, on last line, this group match starting and only spaces. This is not ideal. It could also be, I could use a white space actually, but whatever, spaces or none. So basically empty or space last lines. And somehow I just noticed that in this in file we had this. So let's see, there are actually quite some. So I previously had only conf and whatnot. I just wanted to get this a little bit more white space clean, a little bit of white space stuff. And also I had there, so yeah, let's probably commit that just to clean this up a little bit more. Yeah, this touches the copyright automatically. What was... I just do this now to have this a little bit more cleaned up, and not when people look, new people come here due to YouTube and Discord and stuff and think, wow, it's this unclean mess. Also we have here actually, yeah. I also did this actually, end of file. SED, so that would be trailing new lines. So I had here, this is also SED. Actually, I thought I had here also, no. Okay, but this is theoretically should be quite easy. SED, so that is cleaning that up. That is all. Substitute all space until end of line to nothing. Actually, it looks like there were quite some. So this copyright stuff will be okay. Actually, it's not ideal. That is a little bit too much. Maybe we simply svn revert can simply not starting with hash for now. So not hash space that. Oh, wait a second, this doesn't. This also doesn't cut it actually. Because this, so then address like that. I think that should work if not starting with a hash. Oh, that probably maybe worked. Apparently quite some. Oh, wait a second. Why does this? Need to be careful here. There's apparently something. Okay. Not sure. Maybe I've not done this. The good thing is cleaner stuff without anything. SED. Let's redo the other thing that was this here. And the next other thing was SEDI here. This one, superfluous escaped new lines that I just noticed they're previously only conf. Now let's also do this is in. So substitute ampersand backslash at the end of a line, and the same with that, just to have this. I think this. What? Oh shit! I messed this up. Yeah, backslash and backslash end of line. That was what I'm missing. That probably should do. That should be the Vim thing. This is why I didn't just touch it a moment ago here. So this is the stuff, for example, Vim, just what I've seen. Just I wanted, instead of fixing one, I wanted to run this over all of this. So here's one more of easy MLM, easy mailing list, whatever, something. Welcome everyone, Anthony and watching. So yeah, just doing that. There are a couple of more things that I would like more. Actually, also yeah, this is a little bit excessive white space area, but whatever. This is somewhat okay. Maybe not ideal, but there's also one other thing with semicolons, like spaces before semicolons, that I'm not the greatest fan of. Just every month a little bit of systematically, like kind of linting, just not like fully linting, just a little bit of white space cleaning there. Not the biggest of a deal, but just trying to get this in the best possible shape. How many are this? svn, st, or di div stat. So I usually document this here with directly those more global white space cleanup. Then you, playing along at home, have some idea what, which did I even put there? Put that, SED. Then people playing along at home can use this kind of documentation to inspire their text processing stuff, cleaning up their stuff. So yeah, theoretically we could have this mostly done in one run, but just due to the nature of doing this step by step, this probably looked fine. Maybe I should have double checked that before, but actually I could have run commit. Yeah, missed opportunity of touching on the copyright 2020, but no, it is what it is. You know what, here were even two new lines. This matched only the very last, not the second last. So we could theoretically rerun this one. This might be only here one. Yeah. Okay, you know what? This one abundant package is not really worth committing this now. Anyway, the only other thing I could show you, as we already mentioned this, also Anthony Anthony says need to get better with SED and org. Yeah, org, I'm not that much in that anymore. SED, I'm quite into SED because, fun fact, I maintain the old GNU SED, maybe exact. Let's go to our company website, if our internet allows. Hello, internet. Buy our own software, and here like somewhere, like open source, whatever. In previous times, I had here a mini SED page, or maybe I still have it. So I took over for our embedded stuff. I needed init.rd, T2 Linux and embedded stuff. So this is Eric as Raymond. So fun fact, I keep maintaining, and the original and now small. It's like, yeah, obviously not as feature rich. And fun fact, probably we write a new SED in terms of our own microkernel series with our own runtime environment stuff. So because this is C and the GNU, this is a modern GNU, that is C. But yeah, this is significantly smaller, obviously. And I was surprised. I took this over like in 2006, and like in 1 year I had like multiple releases because I found so many bugs. I really wonder how this 1.6 or whatever the wait a second, no, here this releases are not from me. Maybe I took it over in 2005 then. Yeah, so I was really surprised how many bugs were in there, how Eric as Raymond could have somehow kept releasing that. So basically all of this, I found probably 20-30 bugs in just mostly 2 years or something, with everything we needed. Just light use in an init.rd and 20 bugs easily. And hey, I made the test suite, right? Amazing open source stuff. Anyway, so that's it with some trivia. Let's see how this looks if we substitute all spaces in front of semicolons away. That would be substitute space semicolon to just semicolon, just to see how that would look like. And then this is not too bad. This is exactly what I mean. Looks a little bit too alien for me. How many do we have of this? This is probably, yeah, this is plenty. So this is basically all code done by others, because I usually don't leave a space there. And the reason I would want to touch this is the same, yeah, here. For like fixing it now and not in the next decade, and for people to hopefully like to read the source too, and also to copy and paste this to the next packages. Why the, okay, system time resolution still on there. Jesus, doesn't look too bad, to be honest, could nearly commit that. So I like this more. It's not the biggest. I also actually, this I don't need. So this is the only thing, okay, fine. This could obviously stay there, so revert all in. And so this would be semicolon, but the next not semicolon, so this would be space, and then not semicolon. Actually, okay, for best thing, we probably best, because otherwise if we just substitute this, we would lose the second character. So that would be capture that, and probably because it's that escape that undeterminated. What do we have there? Capture semicolon to, right, we have forgotten here one. So that probably, so this is why do not simply, I mean, obviously testing, more testing, and do not blindly commit stuff without testing and manually reviewing it a bit. And the second more improved SED is simply, yeah, the only thing is like this, it's like, yeah, but that sure should still work. But yeah, test and manual review the stuff before committing, obviously. I mean, it looks actually pretty okay. Somewhat tempted to YOLO that end. Actually, here is, this should maybe not be substituted, this one. use GTK, what is it, even FreeSIF is this is a smiley, fun stuff. I mean, this we could easily fix in saying revert and including this of not second character thing, of not another semicolon or closing bracket. And yep. Before Anthony only use set for string substitution. Yeah, this obviously is string substitution, just a little bit all project files. And I mean, sometimes, truth be told, I also had to re-Google. I forgot this end of line matching with %, but with dollar. But otherwise, I remember quite some stuff, but even then some advanced stuff. Especially I debugged most of these bugs 2005, 2006, 15 freaking years later. Also drop frames, most of the stuff forgotten. So do we commit this today or do we play it safe? This looks relatively good though. I mean, maybe, I mean, how much do we have of this? So yes, you see we didn't substitute that anymore. And otherwise, I mean, the thing is, I will just not test this. This would be too many test builds, even not only live, but I have also some other stuff to finish. Just wanted to do some daily Linux, hanging out here, random Linux, Genius Bar, virtual Linux coffee. How far? I mean, maybe I should actually check if less has a percentage thing. I think actually it has with some whatever. What was the less percentage? Less show percentage. That was something like capital G or something. Lines percentage, get a percentage of a file. Split and no, I just want what? Maybe I should simply info less for percentage, P position and percentage. No, P for percentage. That was easy. No? Somehow that didn't do. Or to go to the this is go to position. Oops. Go, no, no, whatever. Maybe we go from the bottom and see when we hit. But in general, I think this looks pretty fine. SMPEG. You know what? We touch SMPEG. We could. Let's also combine this with this other bloody last line empty thing there. Then we have covered this as MPEG thing that I didn't want to commit as a single thing. So yeah, as I wanted or meant to say, not going to test builds this now. That would be just way too much random old stuff that I wouldn't even want to use now. But I will test this anyway. It looks good for the most part. It probably should be obvious. I mean, I hope it doesn't break something. And if it does, we will find out the next time we rebuild a full thing for some of our fancy architecture things. So that is mostly this here. Start removing extra space before. And theoretically, we could do the same for conf. This will probably be what? That's wait, this was the wrong one. SED that, or don't tell me did I use the wrong? Oh no, this was the right one. What? This is I wanted. Sometimes slow is faster. How many are this? This 212 files. You see, it's just again, this is just people looking at this, and most of all copying this. New people coming to T2. Also ICC should be actually. The other day I deleted some abundant stuff. Sometimes I do this, like prelink. Who remembers glibc prelinking of shared objects for optimizing system-wide virtual shared object virtual address space layouting thing? By pure chance and accidents, I saw we had still that, so deleted that. Also. I just saw the Linux 2.4 support because theoretically could also be removed. But what did I want to say? All right, you're removing packages, so probably someday we could go over here and remove a couple of more completely abandonware stuff. Again, mostly boring, just some exercise of SED. But we did someone I'm still wondering with this last thing, could less show the view, what is it? Portion browsing text file. If you open a file, Control G. I knew this once upon a time. I knew this. Control G. There we have it, 81%. What, it doesn't keep this? It'd be cool if it kept this. Anyway, there you have it. I think we had this in another live stream a year ago, but obviously even I had forgot about that. Again, just some early spring cleaning. Also, yeah, probably theoretically spaces there around braces, but that is probably, where are we? 72, you see, Control G, totally amazing. But again, just leaving a better first impression for new people. And in general, anyway, if you have suggestions or comments, your personal preferences, certainly we could replace this with sequence 1 to 9. But, that is also for not very important. Yeah, looks a simple regex regular expression is pretty much working as it should. Didn't see really anything that breaks here. But yeah, also if you sometimes wonder if you use T2 and sometimes run svn up and get like 200s of changed files, and it's sometimes just this kind of cleanups. Yeah, nethack and stuff. But yeah, leave in the comments below what you think, this kind of cleanups, is it worth it? I prefer, I probably think it's better to do this once globally instead of every now and then a little bit, because the other thing is I would normally not mix this with other changes, because then if you bisect this, you have this in between other functional changes. It is probably not necessarily the most recommended. Here we substitute actually, yeah, here's an extra space, but that's not too bad. To be honest, there were 2 spaces, so whatever. Not really what we wanted, but also doesn't hurt. Earlier this morning, I, by the way, packaged into 2 because obviously we need each package as we are series distribution. I packaged I2C tools, including some memory decode things so that you can actually decode your memory, SPD, serial presence detect details on your Linux system without having to resort to any other Windows and whatever not as cool stuff, just so that you know what. I probably should make a dedicated video of how we're through. I think this looks fine, so let's just like more space before. Oops. This time in all conf. not that much to see, to something stuff. Anyway, yes, so far I had some drop frames because not brought to you by failing Vodafone business cable. Theoretically, we could do this on scripts here, which is certainly, this is probably massive. What do we have here? So yeah, I rebuilt already Linux kernel, a couple of packages. Here's I mean, this probably should work. I mean, we could theoretically, for at least a little bit of stress testing, at least build a package probably that would probably be, I mean, here might have been some white space stuff. Maybe actually we could revert. This is why I have cleaner trees without any other residual changes. We could actually if space and if like one space, so that would be not space, and save that too, and then substitute that to, so like not if there are already multiple spaces, and 1 and 2, wait a second, 1, what did we had there? Alright, this was saving, this was semicolon, we saved that together. Let's see, that should avoid touching this white space. Manually tune, yeah, we only have that here, so that avoids touching this code artwork of, although it touched that there, but theoretically we probably should clean that up. So yeah, then we have this also done. Probably I should just commit this. Maybe, yeah, probably right now, maybe YouTube, maybe also other YouTubers, maybe YouTube is less overloaded. It's mostly upstream, maybe other gamers don't stream as much today, but it's much worse. The other stream was amazing. The second last live stream, we had here 3 freaking Mbit. That was pretty good for this failing business cable stuff. Today we have 2.5 Mbit and 1100 or 1.4, not that much. Yeah, but obviously that's still far away. Although much better, probably by pure chance here in the holiday season. Yeah, here's this alias. No, it's probably fine. So much better in this, probably by pure chance and luck, but certainly far, far away from the promised and spelled out in contract 50 Mbit upstream. But that's what you get for a shared coax cable segment. Where are we? Control G of, why does it not? What? Somehow maybe we should, because it's a pipe, maybe we need to scroll all the way down. Does it now? Oh no, it is all buffered. Now it can show percentage. Amazing stuff. Yeah, here are a few, I mean, not super, super important, but I think for the most part, leave me in the comments below what you think, but I think this looks much more natural, like natural language writing processing. Here are tiny little, like we could polish that here if we want this perfect, and certainly we want this perfect. That would be line, this is Arch Big Endian. Here, just to keep this here more formatted, the other was build package. We had there also something of that sort here. Just to keep this here like kind of ASCII art formatting stuff, because why not? Because perfection. So what else do we have here? 97%. So yeah, these scripts are massive. I noticed this for quite a while. I wanted to do this for quite a while. So finally we do it. I think this, but yeah, leave in the comments what you think. I think this makes it look so much more professional. But in general, coding style, if whatever you choose, at least if it's systematic and so on and consistent, it immediately gives us a more professional style. Maybe I actually make once a video how my coding style changed in C++, or C and C++, because even my own coding style changed massively in 20 years. We had some crazy ideas 20 years ago when we were young and naive. Man, was our coding style ugly, because we thought we knew what we were doing, but we thought we do it a modern way, but man, was this, in retrospect, man, was this ugly. 83%. Yeah, again, just browsing, seeing if I catch some totally broken stuff, but for the most part, except this few ASCII art kind of formatting stuff. Anyway, there probably is a shell linter, but the problem is I don't really want to throw you some shell linting stuff over it, because that for sure would change everything. Although probably with this, actually, to be honest, with this commit, I actually kind of ruin here the history. But on the other hand, it's not that often that I, as subversion, git blame this stuff to find out who touched this one last. If we fix a bug, it's mostly like fix a bug. So it's probably after 20 years fine to do that. Anyway, that's it for today. This is a fun stuff. 60% where have we probably been last time. That's why I scrolled down here to the end of that. But yeah, I hope you learned something. Probably the SED stuff is something to learn from. Also, if you work with if you work with data science and other kind of text processing stuff, here's theoretically maybe a couple of, if we would want, I think here's some ASCII artwork going on here in create error list. That probably once upon a time might have been, yeah, this, I guess this was here on one thing that probably is worth to keep. And this is also, if people, it's like, yeah, do we need this? No, not really like that, but if we have this already, then like, yeah, let's just keep it for the sake of some artwork. But I also have this with C and C++, where sometimes I have stuff carefully formatted and they're just throwing it to some general source code formatting stuff. LVM format, linting, whatever stuff would totally destroy my fine little, like in our commercial drivers and stuff at times. But yeah, for future projects, certainly for our microkernel stuff or other low-level stuff, I probably need to start with some linting from. So usually, actually, for the old code or Unix kind of code, I use Xemacs for the most part. So whatever Xemacs pretty prints there. But probably I need to use one of those fancy tools and define the format for our new and shiny reference low-level code stuff. Where are we? 31%. We finally certainly done. Probably we built here some package just for the sake of it. Probably should test this a little bit, but didn't really see anything. Like here, something could break, like an SED, but I guess it probably should be fine. It's like famous last words. Probably should be fine. And then is this? It's probably not some ASCII art. It's probably fine. Hey, 20%. Yeah, I think we can call this a day. Let's run config just for the sake of completeness and commit this. Also, I probably sometime really soon, because this installation is super old. I said this before, etc version. 5 years, so much to rolling release source distribution, right? Including this massive YouTube live streaming lots of stuff built. I probably should reinstall this for cleaning this up a little bit. So especially if you are a normal user, you don't mess this up as much as I with this totally massive updates and whatnot. Certainly in the meantime, my system is rather randomly cluttered. Let's build here. What could we build for test? Do we have either like bash? Hey, do we? Oh, we have a new bash version, do you believe? But maybe let's just some set shell, probably also not just not others, also building some missing only. There was also grep and what have I seen? Just SED ironically, and let's SED and Bison, because why not? I hope this, yeah, probably, wait, I actually did exactly not, what have I done there? Missing, right, no. Don't, also this JP whatever stuff is probably not correct. Vaporous Sunrise writes, why X Emacs, not Emacs? Yeah, I should probably migrate, or maybe I probably should also need to write an editor. The reason X Emacs is, I'm so long in this open source stuff, also I probably hopefully still look relatively youngish, but yeah, 20 years, 1996-ish, started to get into this Linux stuff and done this kind of semi-professional since 1998. And in 1998, Emacs was not as much X, and X Emacs was simply the more UI version, and I'm used to it. I kept sticking to that, although there was not really a release in a decade, unfortunately, or 15 years, who knows. So yeah, nowadays, you've seen this in previous videos, I sometimes use Emacs, although I'm still a little bit more used to X Emacs, especially to my specific configurations that I didn't touch much since 1998. But for Mu, this email client that I use to send space, non-space damaged stuff to mailing lists like patches and stuff, I use Emacs, or have to use Emacs Mu, because this Mu in the meantime, 1998 I used Mu for email with X Emacs, but of course in the meantime they removed support for X Emacs because they are not maintained, and features and whatnot in Unicode and so on. And yeah, single core boost, all core boost, and single core hitting up to 5 gigahertz, all core boost 4.6ish. And yeah, so many open source projects, always, they're not perfect, that's not perfect. Anyway, of course nowadays Emacs, the more UI version of GTK and stuff, and X Emacs this stuff a little bit more stuck in the past, but anyway, that's it. So that looks like we probably hopefully didn't damage anything with a white space before semicolon. So then we also have done that here in this 1 hour live stream of doing an hour of open source and T2 Linux distribution development. That is this amazing source distribution here live on this channel. Commit the scripts. What else do we have there? That I probably don't need to check that again. Removed SED that, I guess, something not space that, and this is probably with the previous cleanups of end of lines, and of course there are still more files. I've only done inconf shell script stuff, but there is theoretically more, but that is not as important. The scripts, SEDI stuff of scripts. That's theoretically there are a couple of more files, but it's like, nah, whatever. It's good enough. Unfortunately, this might result in some conflicts. But yeah, this overclock, curve optimized, a little bit undervolted, and memory. Again, this is 3000 memory, 64 gigs in 2 modules. Last summer, largest consumer modules. Now they are a little bit more common. Oops. And appears to be quite stable, I would say. We have some conflicts, obviously. Let's postpone. It's actually not too bad. Actually, this is only this we can SVN revert. So probably I need to make a dedicated video, not only upgrading the logic board here, but also Epic thread-ripping Ryzen 5950X, and also some overclocking, memory overclocking guide maybe, and also then I actually have some faster memory on pre-order also, because there's some CL14 memories that I now want, seeing the performance differences. What is this stuff? So this is merge conflict stuff. This is probably some white spaces of mine. So libdir something. So that probably should look like that. So much to SVN resolved. Need to be careful. Pro tip, sometimes I typed already revert from muscle memory. That is a little bit devastating, to be honest. So yeah, that's it. You see always some changes because changes. This is RISC-V lib32, by the way. Multi-lib 1, and then otherwise, yeah, this is this actually, this, yeah. I actually could commit this, should we? Also, yeah. Actually, probably, this is, in the meantime, this is tested by most architectures built. The last ISOs we released actually included this change already. So probably I should finally, also not glib, but package base glibc. So yeah, primary developers always. Something to commit. I don't quite remember what I had this for though. This is, I think, like glibc. Why have I done that? This is overloading, right? This is when we overload this package with architecture defined. Yeah, this is why. So then improved glibc default LDSO conf for non-multi-lib libdir make, what is it, nscd something name server switch, what is it, ncd something switch fix the support for overload texture. Set ruler, probably that should be my default 82. 80, no, 80 is better than 82. So improved glibc default ASO conf for non-multi-lib libdir. So there we have it. A couple of commits per day. Keeps the doctor away. Vaporous writes Emacs has no GTK3 support, so now maybe I can run on Wayland natively. Have you tested that by any chance? That is a good question. We have here Emacs and we have here Wayland. With this, maybe either unset, because I think this is display, right? Or GTK something. No, this doesn't work. I'm not sure if that needs GTK Wayland. What was that? GTK backend of Wayland something GTK. GTK. Actually, the question is, did it build with GTK3 support? Anyway, I didn't look. Emacs, also error for shared files, no, whatever. GTK, what did it use? Toolkit, GTK, compile. I guess it You have problems with closing open displays? No, thank you very much. Yeah, that use GTK3. GDK back in Wayland, obviously. Let's see what happens when we do that. No, that somehow doesn't just want to work. Anyway, that's for another video. This was long enough of a test live stream. By the way, do we have today? No, today we probably don't have the Wayland capture display stuff. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you learned something and enjoy this overclocking and other low level, or this actually was not so low level, except decode of decode dims, in case you were wondering, does it show my serial number? Probably not. So yeah, decode dims for what it's worth in I2C. I think at least it's decode dims in our IDMF list in I2C tools, added today to T2, because obviously we need all the fun little packages and stuff. I hope you learned something. Downloading T2 minimal, that is amazing. I probably, so yeah, this VI, you know what, let's quickly, as because if I don't do it now, then interrupting my work another time. Let's also one more coffee, then doing one more thing. The one more thing is, let's YOLO that Vim stuff, because if I don't do it now, then I forget about this x86 config. We manually tweaked the config, so let's tweak it back to auto. Always funny when this stuff has automatic detection stuff and not automatically detecting stuff that's there. Did I pull the camera now? Maybe I did, because I pulled on the whatever. Pulled on the mic cable. Maybe that changed the camera a little bit. Yeah, having, because otherwise I will continue to build all the ISOs without UI Vim support stuff. So Vim conf and auto toolkit, hello. Where the heck was that? Somewhere like here. And so actually, I guess we could directly modify this. So basically, the issue is, as seen previously with this auto toolkit stuff, it doesn't somehow use GTK3 for whatever reason. And certainly we want that. So let's help this a little bit. I think this is the best, and instead of wasting my time patching this bloody configure script. So if that is auto, end package install GTK +3, then redefine this. Again, this is local, this is not, should not overwrite this into the configuration file. Obviously probably should be that. And let's just build this and see. So this is just so that the next ISOs I build are all like for Hewlett-Packard and HPP ARISC and Spark, MIPS, ARM, you name it, actually have a working Vim otherwise. If I don't do it now, need to do it some other day. Forget about this and stuff. Yeah, Vim, I mean, not the largest package, but now building that in 20 seconds. In case you were wondering. Let's see what it did here. Or actually, we probably do have this somewhere in vim.log. And so what did we do? GTK 3 or yeah, so this now enable GUI GTK 3. That probably looks like it works. And we have also YOLO that of help vim find and build with GTK +3 automatically. So there we have that. Then I probably could spin a new ISO. Actually, did I modify that? Yeah, so that was crashing. That is some endless, infinite recursion there on some atomic swap exchange stuff, _8, I think. That is probably the only thing that is preventing maybe Firefox come up with a 486 build there, but that is for another day and maybe not soon. Actually more important stuff to do. So create ISO, that would be that. With also previous video, we actually tweaked this ISO generation stuff recently to have here more amazing names by default. So yeah, I hope you learned something and enjoyed that. Why are there so many though? Is there something? I have the feeling that is somehow wrong. Or maybe we don't delete that. We probably put multiple in there. That is a tiny little bug probably. Of recently touching that. Probably, you know what, we could probably, because we delete here path spec, the problem is if you generate x86 and x86-64, you would delete the other ISOs too. That is why in general, what do we have here? This delete is now not ideal anymore. Probably the easiest thing here would be that is so much to remove this underscore and have here a new bug. Maybe we should actually simply, because we only had this underscore, this is maybe we should disable that for now. Maybe that is not worth it tweaking. All the surrounding code. Yeah, this is exactly what I mean, deleting other stuff if we would just delete that. So the difference is that we then have always an underscore. That is still better than the CD nonsense that I removed the other live stream. So yeah, CD1 and then this only so much to looking into the. Yeah, that is only one, and if you do this again, there probably should be only one in there. So yeah, actually, yeah, it's probably so much to reproducible builds, probably some creation date and time stuff maybe should be removed. Maybe this should be fully reproducible scripts. Something of that sort. Disable recently added create ISO feature of not depending underscore I to the ISO name as this. Does not delete old files and keeps appending. Show some previous occasions. It is a SHA file. I guess ship it. Anyway, so yeah, this 486 thing obviously not the very most popular thing, even for myself for a 32-bit Atom. But anyway, for those vintage and retro stuff and testing and more testing and patching Rust for 486 support. Previous video. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Have fun trying and playing along at home with D2 on all those fancy architectures and cleaning this up and making this better one live stream at a